What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. My name is Splat, and today we're going to do something a little bit special. We've got Mount and Blade Bannerlord coming out like really soon, and it got me thinking about the fact that at this point Mount and Blade Warband is a really old game. Like, it's a game that's been around for a while, but in my opinion, it still continues to be one of the best games ever made, like, period. I have like an absurd amount of hours on this game. Like, if you check my Steam profile, it's not going to seem like that much, like 600 hours, but I also had box copies of this game back before Steam was even like a thing that I played obsessively, and those hours aren't even tracked. And so honestly, I don't know how much I've played this game in the last 10 years or so, this game and also its prequel, but, well, it's not a prequel, I guess, preceding game, I guess. I played Mount and Blade, I played Mount and Blade Warband, I played with Fire and Sword, all that stuff, very into it. And so I figured before the next game comes out and people dive on into the next experience here in March or so, why not go back and check on Mount and Blade Warband? This is, after all, one of the games that kind of got my channel off the ground. If you've never seen this game before, if you've played Chivalry, if you've played Kingdom Come, if you've played Mordhau, all of those games got their combat system from Mount and Blade. When this game came out, its combat system was like revolutionary. Nobody had ever thought about it before with the directional swinging and parrying. And so anyways, this is a game where you're going to run a mercenary group and you can join factions, you can have quests, you can become a noble lord, you can get married, you can go to battle, you can betray your owners. It's a really fun game. And I can virtually guarantee you, even with modding capacity set aside, just playing this game in native, you will probably dump a lot of hours into it. And then on top of that, there's a whole bunch of full conversion mods for this game that make it even better. So anyways, let's play the game for a little while. Let's introduce you to the core concepts. And I just want to spend some time with one of my favorite games of all time. We don't need to read any of that, but select your character's gender. In this game, being a male is actually advantageous versus being female. So this is a medieval world where basically everybody's a sexist douche. And so if you play as a female character, you're definitely going to struggle a lot more than playing a male character. However, it is perfectly possible to do everything in a female playthrough that you do in a male playthrough. It's just harder. Everything has more steps. We'll go with a dude, and then we will have a, I don't know, let's be a veteran warrior. So our father was. Let's say that our father was a veteran warrior. As a child, our family scrabbled out a meager living from your father's wages as a guardman to the local lord. Wasn't an easy existence, but you were too poor to get much of an education. You learned to defend yourself on the streets, with or without a weapon. In your early life, you became, we'll go with, a craftsman's apprentice. As a boy growing out of childhood, you apprenticed with a local craftsman to learn a trade. After years of hard work and study under your new master, he promoted you to journeyman and employed you as a fully paid craftsman for as long as you wished to stay. As a young adult, life changed as it always does, and you became... we can be, I don't know, let's be a smith. Though the distinction felt sudden to you, somewhere along the way you had become a man, and the whole world seemed to change around you. You pursued a career as a smith, crafting items of function and beauty out of simple metal. As time wore on, you became a master of your trade, and fine work started to fetch fine prices. With food in your belly and logs on the fire, you could take pride in your work and your growing reputation, but everything changed, and you struck out on your own as an adventurer. What made you take on this decision was... oh, I don't know. We'll call it being forced out of my home. That sounds good. And so let's be an adventurer and ride to our destiny. And we've got our stat points over here. Basically, the way that it works is for every 3 points that you have in any stat, it will have corresponding skills that you can only level up to a cap that is this number divided by 3. So if you have level 12 strength, you can put strength-related skills up to level 4. So on and so forth. I would suggest you work on intelligence and charisma pretty early. I mean, charisma is going to be your main dump as you get everything up. So I like to take everything up to 12. I usually have agility at like 15, and then I just dump everything else into charisma so that I can have a massive army. It tends to be how I play the game. Other people can have their own opinions about how they do it, but that's what I've done. It served me well. I've conquered the map. I've done all the fun stuff, and it seems to be the best way for me to get stuff done. We'll go with Iron Flesh for the extra HP. We'll go for Power Strike so that we hit harder. We've already got Weapon Master maxed out. We will go for a little bit of shield abilities, and then we're also going to go with pathfinding actually down here, because being able to move around fast on the world map is more important than it sounds in this game. Being able to be like considerably faster than everybody else is really good. And then we don't particularly have any weapon skills, so we'll just dump it into something. My character's name will be Old Splatty. There you go. That's a good name, I think, for a blacksmith. What we've been old splattying, I'm not really sure, but this game is old. I'm getting old along with it, and now that we're revisiting and checking it back on out for a day or so, we'll pay homage to the fact that this game has aged with me. All right, let's go ahead and see what our character is gonna look like. I usually go with like this right here. There's my little braided beard right there. And then we go with this hairstyle right here with the braid in the back. So we got braids in the back, braids in the front. We got party in the front, and we got party in the back. We kept it along both ways. And then, like, we can be a little bit older, I guess, because it said that we were like an aged blacksmith. We can also change our hair color if we really want to. Yeah, let's go with black hair. That sounds good. Done. You hear about Calradia, a land torn between rival kingdoms battling each other for supremacy. A haven for knights and mercenaries, cutthroats, and adventurers all willing to risk their lives in pursuit of fortune, power, or glory. In this land, which holds many great dangers and even greater opportunities, you believe you may leave your past behind and start a new life. You feel that finally you hold the key of your destiny in your hands, free to choose as you will, and do whatever course you take. Great adventures will await you. We're going to play as there's 6 factions right now. There's Swadia, which are kind of like, you know, Saxon Norman knights, I guess. You've got Vagirs, which is essentially the Russians, Eastern Europe. You've got the Kyrgyz, who are basically the Mongols. You've got yourself Nords, who are self-explanatory. They're the Scandinavians and the Vikings. You've got the Rhodoks, who I always consider to kind of be like Italian, I guess. That's what I always considered them to be, but people seem to have differing opinions about who the Rhodoks actually are supposed to be. And then you have the Saranid Sultanate, which is basically like the Persians. And so anyways, we're going to be the Russians this time around. I love me some Vagirs. And so as we're walking down the street in our new home, we are attacked by a bandit who's trying to rob us. It's not going to work, though. This bandit's going to have a really, really bad day. Old Splatty will have his fun. He will have his way. You all right? I guess you're alive at any rate. I'm not sure that we can say the same for the other fellow, but that's one less thief to trouble our streets at night. Although heaven knows he won't be the last. Anyways, maybe you can help me with something. Let's talk more inside. Out here, we don't know who's listening. All right, so he takes us to his house. Now, let me explain a proposition. We've always had brigands in the hills driven to banditry by war, debt, or love of violence, but recently, they've been getting bolder, leaving their camps in the wild and venturing into town looking for unwary prey. The watch commander tells us it's because of all the fighting on the frontiers, fewer men to keep an eye on the streets, but I'm not sure what to make of that. It seems to me that the most logical explanation is that the bandits have an ally inside the walls who helps them enter unnoticed and helps them identify particularly tempting targets. Last week, you see, they took my brother. I don't know what my brother was thinking, a lad from a prominent house out alone after dark in times like these, but I suppose you were too, but you're a stranger here and didn't know how bad things have become. He had no such excuse, but he's family, so what can you do? If you don't protect your kin, then people will start thinking that you can't protect your investments either, or can't have that. No doubt the gang will soon send word about a ransom, but I don't care to pay it. So here's my proposition. Get 5 guys together and beat up some bandits. Done. Let's do it. We can skip the rest of that dialogue because I want some gameplay in this episode. We've started out a simple man. We've got a tunic. We've got a hunting crossbow. We've got a balanced sword, which is actually a really big deal. I think that's a bonus that you get when you start out as the blacksmith. You start with like a master-crafted item. Any item that has a word like balanced or tempered or heavy in front of the actual name of the weapon, usually pretty valuable. We also have some metal tools over here that we can unload for some quick money if we really need to. And I would suggest that we probably really need to. Getting money together is going to be a really good idea because we need to go hire armies. And how do you do that? Well, you go to the outlying villages and we just conscript people. So we'll grab 5 guys right there in the town of Ayiki. Ayiki, and then we'll go on over to Bandra. We'll talk to them. You know, I was thinking about, like, last night, I had a big smile on my face when I was laying in bed, and I was thinking, like, maybe I should just do, like, a nostalgia throwback to Mount and Blade. Maybe I should do that. Like, I had a big-ass smile on my face, and I'm really glad we're doing this here today. I've been streaming this on Twitch TV, too, if you wanted to come check that out. I'm sure the VODs are still up. But anyways, old bourbon over here. I need to get, like, maybe 25 guys together. That's what I'm thinking personally. We'll go on up to Tizmir. We could go out to Karindi. Actually, we'll go this way. There's more villages this way, and we're heading up to the north coast anyways, because that is where we are going to begin battling the enemy and starting to level up, get stronger. Our troops also level up, so what you'll see is we have a whole bunch of Vagir recruits right here. These guys are terrible. They are absolutely abysmal and awful. They're basically dudes throwing rocks. Like, they're really, really bad. But if they survive, there's a solid chance that they might become something more. you know, who starts out as a humble peasant in this game may one day be an elite marksman, or maybe a powerful knight. You just got to give him time, and you got to give him a little bit of encouragement, you know? Give him the old rub on the back around the campfire. Obviously ask first. Be like, hey, is it okay if I back rub you into the knighthood at the fire? But, you know, nonetheless, you should definitely proposition the situation, because that's how you get them upgraded. Got 3 more guys right there. I'll take that. Who are you? 17 Tundra Bandits. Let's not do that. They're going to kick my butt. They're going to kick my butt. My butt is going to get kicked. We have some Sea Raiders over there. Don't know if I want to mess with them. 12 Sea Raiders still might be a bit much for us. If we had like a few more guys, maybe. Oh, he's following me. What a jerk. We'll grab some Nord recruits too. We're going to need some frontline fighters out here. I don't think 20 guys is still going to be enough to kill them. Sea Raiders are pretty tough. They're pretty much the hardest bandit in the game. But what I like to do to accelerate the old process is I like to start out with the Sea Raiders. We've got 25 guys. Where'd that little group of 14 go? I want that 25 versus 13? Sure. Why not? My soldiers, go forth. So welcome to the battle map. The battle map is the battle map. It is what it is. I'll put that right there. And now we're lining up for battle. I have really bad news for you. Like, none of these guys are going to survive. Like, none of them. This is going to get really ugly really quickly, and our best hope is just that we capitalize on the chaos and we don't get hit by a javelin in the face. We do have a crossbow. I can, like, fire that out there, I guess. Looks like that was over their heads. We'll try for right there. Hey, we got him. Nice. +5 points in crossbows. Oh, yeah. You got to learn to make those long bomb shots. They're important. How was that not a hit? That looked like it got him right in the domer. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, troops. Let's do this thing. We're probably not going to survive this, but it's worth a shot. Well, we got 2 of them. That guy's throwing axes at me, which is kind of scary. Don't really very much enjoy being shot at with throwing axes, but what are you going to do? I'm going to ride around for a minute, see if maybe we can tag one of these dudes. That guy's got a spear, so let's maybe not do that. Spears are scary, and I don't appreciate them. He's now dead, though, and I'm level 2. That guy's now dead as well. If you're good at this game, like if you've got skills, there shouldn't be a whole lot of things outside of randomness that kill you. Nice, dude. We won our first victory, so that should give us a little bit of XP to get some of these soldiers upgraded, and more importantly, get ourselves up. We only lost 7 guys? Really? That's not that. Hey, and we got armor. Nice. Very good. Sehr gut. Okay, so we've got armor. We've got some other goodies. Let's put on the armor real fast. We'll put on the helmet real fast. We've got javelins, but I don't particularly have any javelin fighting skills. We did get some nice shoes. Go ahead and swap out those Keds, I guess. Sounds all right to me. We got a battered plain kite shield. All of these are kind of terrible, but you know what? I'm just going to equip it anyways because why not? It's better than nothing, and we earned ourselves a nice little paycheck. So these guys can all become footmen. These guys right here will also all become footmen, and that's going to give them a little tiny bit of an upgrade. You can talk to each of these soldiers. So yeah, that upgraded him from like level 4 to like level 9 instantaneously, and he's got a new gear loadout. He's looking a little bit stronger, so that's what we're going for right there. I'm going to put some points into agility, I think. With a few more points in agility, I think we should be able to... I want to get 12 in there so that we can have riding 4 at minimum. I think everybody should kind of have riding 4 by the time they get to the end of the game. We also want to have... We'll go with inventory management right now so we can stack on more loot. I'm going to dump some points into one-handed weapons. That way I get like a little bit stronger. We'll save our game too because this game can be pretty harsh and pretty demanding if you don't pay attention. I tend to fast forward the game a lot, which means I end up getting into fights that I don't want to get into. I will take more volunteers. I shall. Oh, there's 8 Sea Raiders right there. Let's go beat them up if we can catch them. I think they're too speedy. I don't think we're fast enough. There we go. Today the gods will decide your fate. All right, so let's put infantry. Hey, you guys come hang out over here. I've got real armor now, which is pretty sweet. So I'm going to take like a considerably less amount of damage from getting hit now that we're not just wearing like a t-shirt. You know, Dad said I had to ride out to battle, but frankly, I like looking stylish, so I just kept like my KISS shirt on or whatever. Nope, not this time around. Not this time around. We've actually got chainmail on. We're the die-hard Star Child fan now. Let's see if we can hit one of these shots right here and get some free level ups. I think that was a bit high. A little tiny bit high. I honestly don't use ranged weapons very much in this game. I'll confess to you. I will confess. Over his head. I keep forgetting that I'm in an elevated position. There we go, right in the wiener. That's where we like to shoot everybody. It's not a real battle until you've shot a guy in the dick with a crossbow, okay? Until you have accomplished that complicated. He's now dead. This guy right here, if he would stop being on a hillside that makes my horse super slow, I would also finish him off. You guys doing okay over here? You guys holding out there? Who are we trying to fight with? If somebody gets stuck on the rock, sometimes they get stuck on the rock. It's one of those adorable little quirks this game has, is the bad guys get stuck on rocks. I don't see where they're heading towards, but I assume the guy must be stuck on the back of a rock around here somewhere. There's probably a big rock like that one right there. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yo, chill. There we go. Level 3. Old Splatty rides again. We lost 2 footmen. Acceptable losses. Oh, we don't have prisoners. We don't have prisoner skills yet. If we had prisoner skills, we could have made an extra $100 right there. Would have been a pretty sweet $100. Alright, so we'll get we'll go. Let's focus on getting some archers first. The Vaegir's real strength is in their archers. A lot of people don't realize this that play this game. But a lot of people seem to think that Rodok sharpshooters are the best ranged character in this entire game. And that is absolutely wrong. The best ranged unit in this game is the Vaegir marksman. Rodok sharpshooters are cool and everything, but they take too long to rotate fire. So you lose a little bit of damage with the Vaegir marksman. But the nice thing about the Vaegir marksman is that they fire like 50 rounds a minute. And so if you've got 20 or 30 of them, it's basically massed machine gun fire, and you just watch the enemy get cut to pieces. It's pretty sweet. We need to buy some food for our troops. So I'm going to spend some of this extra money we just got from fighting bandits and turn it into a little bit of vittle cash, all right? A little bit of the old vittle cash, as it were. We've got another level up. Dump that into agility as per usual. And we will put something into prisoner management just in case when we pick up new prisoners, we can put them inside of our inventory, and then we can take them and ransom them back to their families, because that's what honorable, nice people do. They kidnap people from out in the icy wastes, and then they ransom them back to their families. Obviously, that's a super moral thing to do. But, you know, if they didn't want to be ransomed back to their families, maybe they should have thought about, I don't know, maybe not being bandits. Yeah, we can take 12 bandits down here. I'm okay with it. And now we have Javelineers, so things should get a little bit easier. One thing you do need to know is that once you have archers and cavalry and everything else, you're going to have to learn the hotkeys for how I'm commanding all these guys. One is going to call out to your infantry in the bottom left, and then you just follow the prompts on screen. And so, like, if I wanted them to hold that position, I'd hit F1. If I want them to follow me, I hit F2, so on and so forth. 2 is archers, 3 is cavalry, 4 is unnamed group. And so anyways, just keep that in mind as you're playing, is that you should probably learn the hotkeys, and you should probably be able to deploy formations just kind of off of muscle memory after you played the game for a little while, because some of the battles in this game are going to come at you like really, really fast, and sometimes you're going to need to like deploy in a formation quickly with usually about like 5 or 6 seconds to prepare. Alright, let's do this thing. Let's kick off this battle. Let's light this candle. Hopefully some of the arrows will eventually land. There's one down. Oh. No. I do not accept you throwing axes at me. Please stop. Please stop that. I demand it of you. Oh, I missed. I missed. Lame. My soldiers are just getting buried over here by this one Sea Raider. There we go. See if I can get him. There we go. He's down. Nope, not going to make that one. And he hit my horse. Oh, no. This is bad. This is really, really bad. Of all the things in the world that are bad, this is among the worst of it. Hopefully my horse is not dead. There we go. We finished him off. We're good to go. What do we look at? Horsey! Horsey! Guys, my horsey is dead. Triangle horse. Those aren't triangles. Diamond horse, you were my favorite. Ooh, that's his name now. His name is Diamond Horse. That's a good name for my horse. Among the world of names that I could have given my horse, I think Diamond Horse is up there. That's a classy name for a classy animal. An animal of fine breeding and stature. We leveled up again, too. We leveled up off residual XP. Nice. We will take... Oh, I don't know. I'll probably put a point into athletics so that we move faster when we're running around on the ground. Put some points into one-handed weapons. If you're wondering what your one-handed weapon skill does, it makes you swing faster. That's pretty much it. And since damage in this game is dictated by how fast your weapon is moving when it makes contact with the enemy's soft and supple sea-blown face, that's kind of a good thing. You kind of want your weapon to be moving quickly when you swing it at the enemy. Are these guys trying to get me right now? I think they are. Hold on, we'll go in here, and then we'll just hang out for a minute. And then, well, I didn't want to pay for accommodation. Not like that anyways. Let's head back down south along the outside edge over here. Oof, 20 Sea Raiders. Good God. Tundra Bandits, Sea Raiders. We got problems. This is a very, very war-torn area, isn't it? Now, we'll get a few more guys from right there, because we're starting to develop a core force right now. We're not quite there yet, but we are developing a core force. I would recommend maybe picking up some Nordic troops just so you have like some frontline sustainability. The Vaegirs are not known for their fantastic infantry. They're known for their horsemen, and they're known for their archers. And so if we grab a couple Nords in here too, probably be a good idea. But don't overdo it. Like, the Nords are fantastic infantry. Like, the Nords have the best infantry in the game, but they kind of lack everywhere else. They don't have any cavalry. Their archers are, like, absolutely abysmal and deal, like, 1 damage. Like, they're just not good. They're just not good. They're just not good. I gotta invoke the baby Wawa out here. All right, so let's see. Any more bad guys around here? I need to level up my army. Let me beat you up. There you go. There you go. So these Sea Raiders are after this kit. Wow, that caravan is about to get whomped. 86 Sea Raiders against that poor caravan right there. Oh, with more guys adding on, too. I'm going to see if I can take this group right here. Oh, they did it again. Wow. That's a lot of bandits. I think we should just, like, not be involved in this situation. That's what I think. Don't mess with Tundra Bandits. Tundra Bandits, like, hit really, really hard. So Tundra Bandits are super squishy, but they have javelins, and they throw a lot of javelins. And javelins, for a long time, have basically been the home wrecker of Mount and Blade Warband. It doesn't matter what armor you're wearing. It doesn't matter how you've prepared yourself. It's just that nothing in this game can prepare you for a javelin to the chest. It's just you take a javelin to the chest, you're going down. That's just Mount and Blade. And so, like, maybe, you know, watch out. Oh, none of these traders have any money left. Apparently these guys are broke out here. I'm trying to get a little bit of money together, and they're not making it easy. All right, well, we got 1,000 dinars now. No.
That's a nice head you have on your shoulders.
That's absolutely... I don't know why it only gave us 7 enemies. I'll take it, though. I thought this was going to be like a world-ending combat for us. I guess not. We appear to be okay. I'm going to put my archers over there. I'm going to put you guys right there. Good. Looks good to me. Some of you will probably die. There is a reasonable chance that you may all be casualties by the end of the day. Rest assured in knowing that I will become richer off the profit of your blood, and that I will be okay no matter what happens. I physically cannot lose the game because I'm a main character, and I will always revive with like 5% of my HP. Amen. Let us go to battle! To battle, little minions! To battle! To battle! Oh, he's got a throwing axe. Nope. Please avoid throwing axes at me. Off with his head! See, what you failed to account for is that I'm okay letting Diamond Horse take some damage out here if it means I get to hit you in the jaw and kill you. See what I mean? Like, Diamond Horse has a lot of HP. I don't really cry for Diamond Horse that much. Ooh. So we got to choose between leg armor or body armor. Leg armor is nice since I'm going to be on a horse. I'll take a little bit of extra. Take a little bit of extra over there. Oh my goodness. We're fighting so many battles right now. And I didn't upgrade my troops. I'm a scrub! I'm boosted, chat. I'm super, super boosted right now. I'm not doing the bare minimum things that are required in order to distinguish myself as a super sexy, super awesome, always well-groomed mercenary commander. Hey, I hit him. Nice. A little bit of damage. Oh, I forgot to command my troops, too. Well, goodbye, little horseman. It was super nice knowing you, little horseman. I hope you have your little horse last will and testament all nice and filled out for your little horseman children. All right, off with his head. Listen, spear douche. We're not doing this today, spear douche. How dare you? Oh, there's 3 of you. Well, that's kind of horrifying, isn't it? You're not going to hit me with that axe. Like, I physically outpace you. You see what I mean? How did that not count as a hit for me? I feel like that definitely should have counted as a hit. Either way, we survived. Some of our troops probably died. That's probably not a good thing. Probably should have upgraded them, but, you know, that's life. We'll take a caravan guard, get some of you guys. We need to figure out how I can get away from this dog pile of bandits over here. First off, let me upgrade some people. First off, there we go. Get a couple of trained Nord footmen up in here just in case. Some Vaegier footmen too. Get like a veteran in there. I'm going to call this guy cavalry. Just makes him easier to command. And we kind of need to figure out what we're going to do next. I think we're going to make it. We are going to make it. Yep, we are going to make it. We are going to make it to the fjords.
That's a nice head you have on your shoulders.
They have 13 guys. That's not good. All right, cavalry dudes, follow me. This battle is going to be close and hard fought. Everyone, 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 everyone. Where are you going? Where are you going? Everyone's, where are you going? Oh my god, archers, what are you doing? Not my archers, they're too beautiful. Cavalry, save them. Infantry, charge. Do what you must do. Fight the hard-fought battle. My brothers. Basically, we just need to keep these guys occupado. You got me. I've been oh, my horse is down. We're gonna die. This is a horrible predicament I've gotten myself into. Yup. Too slow. I just didn't have the weapon skills. He was faster than I was. At least we won. I want those caravan guards. Give me everything you can possibly give me from that fight. Like, I don't really care what we take. Apparently we won in the end. It auto-resolved in our favor, but still.
That's a nice head.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, dude. How many battles can I fight in one day? Well, I'm not going to surrender, so I got to do what I got to do here. Auto-resolve is always a terrible idea in this game, but it forced my hand right there because I'm wounded, so I guess I'll take on board everything that I can. Thick leather boots? Yeah, I'll take thick leather boots. Those are nice. All right. Finally out of that predicament, which, believe me, that was a messed up situation. The fact that we survived it is frankly, like, incredible. But we have Nord warriors now, and we have Nord footmen, and we have archers. Well, had archers. They all got killed in the auto-resolve, I guess. Don't ever auto-resolve in this game. The auto-resolve in this game is, like, brain dead. Like, you can... So, I've auto-resolved with 100 units against, like, 5 looters and still lost, like, 3 men against, like, level 1 weak dudes with high-tier troops. Like, don't auto-resolve in this game. The auto-resolve is biased. The auto-resolve hates you, all right? Just understand auto-resolve hates you in this game, and don't do it. It's a mistake. If you auto-resolve, that is where... It's like looking into the Jedi archives, all right? There's something missing there. Let's go back to Qdan, and we'll see if we can find a ransom broker here. In fact, there is one here. There he is. So this guy is probably one of the most important dudes in the game if you're trying to make money. The ransom broker will allow you to take these guys right here and just sell them off, and look at that. We almost doubled the amount of money we have just from selling 5 Sea Raiders. I would recommend definitely taking prisoners. It's easier if you have people with blunt weapons. So anything that knocks the enemy unconscious turns them into a prisoner at the end of the battle. But if you kill them, obviously you can't take them prisoner. However, we are in a really good situation right now as far as cash money goes. For this early on in the game, we are murdering it. Really, we want to start getting, like, we're working our way upwards, so we want to get to about 40,000 dinars. As we start to get up above, like, 20,000, that's when I'll start buying buildings and buying businesses that will generate money for me so that I no longer have to pay my troops. They're just paid from the fat of all of the random things that I own. Anyways, this is Mount and Blade Warband. I hope you guys really liked it. My name is Splattercat. It's kind of a nostalgic throwback right here. I really felt like just kind of reminding people that this game is probably one of the better games ever made. And if there's anybody nowadays that doesn't know about it, they should. I was playing this game back when it was on Best Buy shelves, back before Steam was even a thing. And so I always consider this game to be kind of like a niche game that nobody knows about. And I always forget that it's on Steam, and now everybody knows about it. But if you didn't, now you do. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile every single day in the world of indie gaming, so you don't have to. Today up on the block, we have Mount and Blade Warband, the best game of all time. If you enjoyed it, leave a like on it. Maybe we'll do a follow-up. Aside from that, I'll have something hot and fresh for you off the skillet tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody.